Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing good. I'm doing all right. It was nice to have a day off. I made a mistake last night though. Uh had a big bowl of ice cream and that was after it would have been 9 days with no sugar, and I thought I'll just have some, and I knew before I did that it was going to probably hurt me. It did. It always hurts us, but if we have it in us every day, we don't recognize when we give ourselves a super blast of it. It's like, you know, um, yeah. I had a pretty healthy meal. I made coleslaw and chicken breast baked and cottage cheese. And I took the extra chicken today and made a pasta salad to have with my coleslaw and cottage cheese. And so little shell pastas, the small ones. Yeah, that'll be good. So I have supper already and have lettuce with that, and it's nice. So it's all ready and I don't have to worry about it. I did a lot of stuff this morning and I did yesterday too, but I thought, well, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about and I have things to do, so I'll give myself that break and not feel too bad because there's a lot of people to listen to out in this world. But um, I'm going to share a song by Moody Blues with you called The Voice. It isn't like it is the lyrics of the song are pertinent pertaining to, but the video that goes along with it, a person made a super nice video to go along with it. I'm going to share. I think you'll appreciate it. So, or not, but yeah. Um, so yeah, not too much going on here. Just same old. Every day. Just a minute. Cheers. Thing is, with that song, the lyrics in there that say, and that will be the name of my um video. Each and or wait, each uprising or each. Wait. I have to look at it now. Excuse me because this is gonna bug me. I have it written down. Just a second. The guy who did the video, um, wait, okay, yes. Each and every rising sun is greeted by the lonely one. So each and every rising sun is greeted by the lonely one. And they all know that spirit, that lonely one. So um, that's the lie that's going on out in the world with what is the divine spirit that people you we get that from God, but it is carried through the female. And there's a lot of men that would be considered the 144,000 out in this world. And there's a lot of big YouTuber channels that know exactly who everybody is in this world pertaining to our spirits, whether you're like one of the saints or whoever you are in God's army. I'm sure you have a position, no matter who you're serving, whether it's the Almighty Himself or that other clown, you know. So I had somebody tell me that they're not my friend, and he might have been talking to somebody else. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, maybe you're not because I really do. And he's afraid of trusting people. It's like, yeah, I can understand that. But if somebody can't trust me, I could take offense to that and totally be insulted. and you deserve to have your ass beat for that comment towards me. Go speak your crap to somebody else type of feeling. But I won't take offense. And I'll just realize that I've lived through it too. And that's what I saw in this person struggling, going through exactly what I had been through for the same identical reasons. So it's like, no, just stick with it, and that's where you don't go with your first thought. You just kind of let it ride for a while. But, when somebody knows exactly who you are by your spirit and they're not saying something, that's or and nah, that's it right there. We'll just stay there right now with that one. So, thank you to my new subscriber. You're among friends, I'm sure. A lot of us know each other, or we're getting to know each other. So, thank you so much. Appreciate you. I invited the person that made that video over to come and see what I'm up to too. So, um, basically, right now in my life, I'm waiting for a return reply from my state representatives, reading my letter that I sent them about adoption and children. You know, I heard through the grapevine lightly that I don't have to worry about it. I'm worried about it. I mean, not worried that God isn't going to help kids out in that area, you know. Worried about it, like worrying about kids is what I do. It's not a worry like I don't have faith in a God. It's a worry like who can I torment next into doing something that's for the good of other people, um, when you have means to do just that, you know, that type of thing. So, yeah. That reminded me of like when kids go, make me, be like, God already made you and look what you're doing. Anyway, sure fucked that up, didn't you? Speak for myself too. Just being funny. Uh, I had the multiple lettered people come after me and on something that I said, God's not genders. You're not. We came out of His thoughts. you know, we're made in His image in the flesh because He came down here to be with us. But just the image isn't an identical thing, and people presume that in the flesh that they could compare or have any kind of understanding of the science behind it all, or even the matter that holds it together, you know, and whose matter it is, who it belongs to. And that's not Satan. There's nothing. It's not real, you know. I'm sure people are going to understand. And the more you get older, you're going to realize just how fake all this really is, you know. I know it's easy to say, you know, but the delusion with the gender thing and the upcoming little people, that's my concern. That when I say worry, it's my concern, you know. But anyway, some supporter kind of came at me sideways, and youths that are this and that, they're more susceptible to suicide, and when you're yelling sin at them or whatever, blah blah. I said, you're the one who brought up sin. If any parent isn't going to tell their child that they love them, you know, and I love my sons, but I don't like them, and I made that very clear. Not because of any homosexual acts that they have done. It's because they're they. It's not even that they hate women. They don't like anybody. They look up to their father, that's a lot like them, and they use people everywhere they go and treat people lower than them. Everybody, it doesn't matter who. And then try to come back to me like they're good men. See what I'm saying? So I don't care what anybody does in their lives, in their bedrooms, don't push it on the children. And to make solid, whole, healthy human beings, little human beings, you do everything possible to make that so. And of course, hating your own child or um, banishing them out of your life when they're little people um, probably is about the most unhuman thing I could ever think of. So what I'm talking about has nothing to do with anything like that at all. You know, when they're adults, though, if they were being portraying themselves like that in front of little people and harming them, if they had any bad happen to them because of that, or being imprisoned or jailed or whatever, then that's on them and they get everything they deserve. And that goes with the laws of God, whether people want to follow them or not. You know, I won't play pretend with people, and I'm not going to teach my children to play pretend either, or anybody else. So people can come at me all they want to come at me because you cannot describe God with two genders in the flesh. And that's just the way that is. And all these games that these people are playing, and it has nothing scientifically factual, and it never will have, because the facts are when we look in the mirror. Those are the facts, Jack. Just that, nothing else. Don't say but this or operations this, that, or born whatever. No, moron, stop the satanic Baphomet push to destroy other people's sound mentality. You know? If you want to be unstable and you want to teach children how to be unstable, you better not do it in front of me, because I'm going to cremate you all over the place with my mouth and the facts and your chromosomes. So whatever you want to do as an adult, you do that. But don't pass it on to the children. Don't pass the lies onto the children. It's as simple as that. You want to coddle some freaky cupcake? Go ahead. If I had a teenager doing that in my house, which I did, I opened the door and said, and this isn't, well, it doesn't matter. You're not doing that here. And everybody was mad at me because they thought they were teenagers. And it's like, well, go get your own house and do your own thing in your own house then. You know? So, I've been through some things and I know just what I'm talking about. And I've never been hated by any of my kids. None of them. And everybody understands clearly what is a nuclear family and what isn't, you know? And you can't put lipstick on a pig and make it beautiful, you know? Or you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear, you know? But they can try and tell you all they want to tell you. And they can try and tell you that you're a bad person if you don't go along with it. And that's up to you. It is. If you want to see people in confusion and you're an adult and you're not going to stand up and say, hey, this isn't about sin or whatever, this is about sanity. Pretend or not pretend. The reasons why, well, I can't prove what's in another person's heart. But if they try and put words in my mouth that weren't there, they're going to find out the difference, you know? Because hate has nothing to do. I worked with handicapped people. I don't hate the mentally ill and the emotionally disturbed. I'm saying the truth to help people. So that's the way it is, whether they like it or not. Be like a dude in high heels and a pink dress, and hey, I like his shoes. Can I have them because they'd look better on me? You know? And he'd probably laugh and give me his shoes. And then I'd smoke a doobie with him. No, actually, I'd give him his own and smoke my oney like I like, because I don't like sharing my germs with anybody. So, anybody. So, that's the way that is. In fact, I always would roll them in. Well, I'm the one that usually had it, but I'd roll it up because I wouldn't want anybody else's spit. And then I got really wise and I'd use a roller and a Q-tip. So nobody was spitting on it, you know? And if it was mine, then I puff on it first, then pass it around. Wait till everybody was done and then put like the rest in my pipe or something. Yeah, I've never been much one for sharing everybody's germs in the world. I've always been a little peculiar like that. Particularly peculiar. So I could show you the true meaning of OCD, but that's not actually a disorder. It's order out of chaos. Those are when Christ's true people, the people of true faith, are here right now, drawing the lines in the sand and laying down common sense for the people that have been persuaded to be docile and just go with the flow. You're not a river. You're not a cupcake. You're a human being. Stand up for the little people. It's time. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. And you're not going to make anybody kill themselves unless you're really a piece of shit. And that's your intention, you know? Then you wouldn't tell anybody anything. Isn't that true? That's like a baby around a bonfire if you don't protect them. I know people like that. So, or around hot things or sharp things, or you would warn them. Well, if you have somebody heading down a road and there's a train coming at a certain time and you know that, you would warn your friends. There's a train. It's not coming, it's here, you know? And Satan's going to devour all the stupid ones, you know? The weak ones. They say only the strong will survive. Well, that's very true. It's not the weak that's going to inherit the earth, and meek has nothing to do with being mild. Meek is a very deep word. It does not mean weak. It doesn't mean quiet. Being meek-mannered isn't mild-mannered. There's a difference. It's having finesse about what you're doing, having a purpose, having a reason behind it for um let me think of the exact thing. Just give me a moment, I'll get there. Um God's grace. It's not timid, you know. I bet everybody'd be so surprised to have walked with Christ back in the day. He's just hanging in the hood, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Be passive if some dude's out there slapping the hell out of his wife or his kid or something? Or are you going to walk up and grab his arm and gank it backwards and throw him on the ground? Yeah, you know, people are people. You either got it going on or you don't, you know? It's not something that's you get it by faith and only faith, you know. Then Satan can't even get in your head. It's like a distant white noise that you can drown out with reality, and you hear him. It's like a mosquito in the far off galaxies, you know. It's like, what did you say? Yeah, shut up. We got enough mosquitoes here to deal with, you vampire. Do us all a favor. Now, there's when you can tell to jump off a bridge. Maybe his compatriots will jump after him. That's usually what they do, you know. Like, there's one that loves God, there's another with spots. Some of you might have heard the one with spots from a Pink Floyd song. If I had my way, I'd have all of you shot. That's what it says in the song. And they are talking about all the weird shit in the world. You know, that's a little drastic, but it does express the feeling of a grandmother who was, my granddaughter was at school for 2 weeks, and they were teaching her that she might want to consider being transgender. So she spent some time at home with her mother, and yeah, there's some whack people, two different teachers ganging up on my granddaughter with their shit, you know, low life. Didn't work because they're protected, of course. You know? So I always knew my kids weren't going to be with me in heaven right away. It's going to take their souls much longer because they're dirty, really dirty. So, and I don't know if God's just going to poof them away, like if their time's up completely, but something tells me that this is the end of times like that. Because there's people like me that just are not going to put up with the confusion that they want to push on our children. Just not doing it, you know. And if I had had it done to me, the people that did it to me, you either would have suffered then or you're going to suffer now, one of the two. Because I've had people try to do that to me when I was little. The shit I was around, the deviated bullshit. Yeah, well, that's true. And they each have their own vices, and it doesn't matter if it's kinky or not or what it involves, because the people that think they're going to benefit from trying to eliminate Christ off this planet aren't going to benefit anything, and that spirit will never go away. And when it's completely taken over the whole world, these they think they call themselves blue blood or royal or elite. There is no elite, you know. So, and they'll find that out when they have no skin suit because the material belongs to the woman. God gave that to her. You'll find out. And he had to trust her. Well, in that respect, on this, that's trust. That's trust right there. That somebody that could hurt other people doesn't hurt other people, and they're lucky. That's their faith in God that will keep them whole and in a solid state of mind. You know. And some of you know I was raised by Masons and took them to court and divorced them. And Doug's connected to the Dark Cabal. Actually, more than connected, he is the connection. And I couldn't run, so I found him and decided to attack him in my own way. First with love, and I told him if you weren't Christ-like, then I'd want you dead. That's pretty straight up. That's way before we even started dating. We were just like hanging around, and he was pursuing me. And that's how we started our relationship. So you could just imagine the conversations we've had around here. Not a joke. It's all real. The metaphysical realm, the spiritual realm, and the material realm are merging. That's the coming together. It's not the people. The wheats and the tares are separating. Obviously. There's nothing in me that says come together with that. It's like, nope, off with your head. You know. So yeah, no way. Uh-uh. No, it's not one love and peace all over the world right now or anything like that. It's not even the calm before the storm. We're past that. Stormy weather, you know, whether they like it or not. You'll see. You'll start seeing big empires, although they may appear to be merging together, they'll crumble because there's going to be some kind of natural disaster. And they'll blame it on God, but it's all their bad energy that they're having directed right to their own selves. No matter where they are, it'll find them, you know? And people like you and me are going to direct that energy towards them. And there's nothing they can do about it. There's far too many human beings. The ones that haven't acted human, they're not. They don't deserve the material world because I am a material girl. So, so are you right now. Yeah. I don't feel as though it's so empty on the next stage of our progression. You just need to remember, close your eyes and remember back to a time before you were here and you were actually thought of, and you'll feel a feeling and a connection with that feeling. That's faith. Let that newborn feeling of faith carry you through every day. That's from our Father. That's the Spirit in us. So I love y'all. Thank you for joining me. Um, I hope you enjoy that video too. It's pretty good. Oh, and for my UK friends, I listened to a really good song. yesterday. In fact, I think I'm going to put it on there. It's Paul and Linda McCarthy. Um, I'll just put Paul on there and put a link. It's them with their horses herding sheep. But the funniest thing about it, and I remember this video when it came out, it's the sheep in front and them on their horses and them and their kids at the beach and stuff. It's a lovely video. I just do love it, and the song It'll Be a Surprise. So that's my I was thinking of you all watching that. So United Kingdom. So peace everybody and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.